Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of Financial Impulse. In this video, I will do the analysis of a company which is involved in solar power projects and renewable energy, and the name is Sterling and Wilson Renewable Energy Limited. So first I will start with the fundamental analysis and see how strong its fundamentals are, and then I will move towards the technical side and let you know if this is the right time to make an entry in the stock or not. So let's get started. Okay, so this is Sterling and Wilson Renewable Energy Limited, and you can read all the details here in the about section of the company, and main thing we have to focus here is on this part, solar power projects. You can read all the details if you want to. I will leave the link in the description section. Okay, now let's quickly go to the important numbers of this company. So coming to the current market price, it is 320 with a market cap of over 5,000 crore, and currently it is at 6,080 crore. It has a reserve of 331 crores and a debt of 1,327 crores. So this reserve is low in if we compare it with the benchmark, which needs to be if the company can be considered as a good company, then it needs to have little bit of more reserves than this 331 in comparison to its market cap. So this reserve is low and the debt is high. It is higher than the reserve, and that's why it has debt to equity ratio 3.79, which is bad. Okay, the interest coverage ratio is in negative minus 7.49. return on asset and return on equity is also in negative. Current ratio is 1.22, quick ratio is 1.22. both are kind of average, but all these factors are on the negative side. Okay, now let's take a look at the other things. So the promoter holding is 72%, which is very good, but it has a pledging of 38.93%. okay, so ideally we should consider companies which have pledging less than 10%. okay, it should not have pledging more than 10%, but here it has much more than 10%, which is almost 39%. It is not giving any dividend, and that's why the dividend payout ratio is also 0. Now let's take a look at the year on year profit and loss comparison. So if we see the profit and loss comparison year on year, you can see since 2018 it increased in 2019, the sales, whereas the operating profit margin remained consistent, and that's why the operating profit also was consistent. But after that, in 2020, 2021, 2022 and the last 12 months, the sales have declined. Okay, and the profit went into negative, so it is into loss, and also the operating profit margin, all these things are in negative. Okay, now let's take a look at the shareholding pattern. So you can see it was 77.22 in March 2020. okay, but then after that it dropped to 75 in December 2020, and then 69, and it remained 69 for 3 quarters. okay, but then suddenly in December 2021 the promoters increased their stake to 74%, then 78%, and it was 78% for one more quarter, again dropped to 76 and 72. So this promoter holding, the percentage is quite fluctuating, and it has fluctuated a lot in the past 2.5 years. And if we see the FII's holding, so it has decreased from March 2020 to the current December 2022 quarter, from 10.46 to 3.54. The DIIs have kept their holding almost consistent, with a slight decline. Okay, so the question is, all these fundamental numbers clearly tell us that the company is not at all strong, and it is not advisable to invest in this company. Then why am I doing the analysis of this company? Well, the answer you will get only when you watch the technical analysis part, because that is where I found something very interesting, and it could be very helpful for the investors as well. So let me take you to the technical analysis, and if you watched the video so far and like the analysis, please hit the like button and subscribe to Financial Impulse for more such informative video. Okay, now back to the topic. Let me take you to the technical analysis part. So this is Sterling and Wilson in weekly time frame, and as you can see, when I zoom out of this chart, you can see in the weekly time frame it dropped to a low of less than 70. After that it kept going up, then it tried to break this level, and did break. Again it consolidated, and as you can see, it is resting at this place and has made this level as a support, which is somewhere around 275. Okay, so after that, if you see, it is not going down any further, and today on the date of recording, it was almost, it gave a positive of around, let's check, somewhere around 7 to 8%. Okay, 7.3%. Okay, so let me show you how you can check the current status of this company, if you should invest in it or not. So as you can see, it is resting at this level of support, and I can clearly see that I can draw a trend line like this, connecting these two trend lines. Okay, and you can see the trend line has been slightly broken, and if I consider the nearest resistance area, it will be this one. Okay, so the nearest resistance area has been broken, and we have to wait and see if this new breakout continues like this, gives a little bit of consolidation and then starts going up or not. If this happens, then this will be the point of entry, and the price will be somewhere around 320. Okay, and let's also check if it is being supported by any moving average or not. So here I have 30 period moving average, and you can clearly see that it has turned upside. Okay, here it was going downwards, and again now it has turned in the upward direction. But as you can see, this big red candle in weekly time frame here, that means that the trend is not yet ready to bounce up. I mean, it is not yet 100% ready to give a reversal in the upside. So we have to wait for a move like this. Okay, if it breaks this line, this is around 320 with a big candlestick and large volume, then we can clearly we can be clear that it is the time for entry. And you have to also check the volume, that this breakout should be big. And as this is into solar energy, so we know that in future we are going to invest, I mean the world is going to definitely invest in the solar and renewable products a lot, and so this company might be into starting a new development into some renewable energy project, and that's why we are seeing in the promoter holding the increase and decrease, the fluctuation of the promoter holdings, but the promoter holding has been huge, almost around 70%. So let's keep watch on the price action, and using that we can decide when to make an entry. But you can remember the key level is 320, which should be broken with strong volume and a big candlestick. Only then you can consider it for entry. Okay, so that's all for this video. I hope this was helpful to you. Please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for more such informative videos, and do not forget to check the other videos in my playlist. Thank you for watching, and I will meet you in the next one. Bye, take care.